Hey guys, Maximum RC coming at you today, and today I have a fun little rig. Today we're going to be looking at the, something fell behind me. We're going to be looking at the WLTOYS 104001 buggy. Now, if you can tell by the wheels are not stock. If you've never really seen any of these buggies before, the wheels aren't stock. There's actually a lot of parts in this thing that are not stock, and we're gonna get into that. All right. So basically, the WLTOYS 104001 originally from the factory comes with a brush motor, a 2-in-1 ESC receiver, different wheels, different tires, aluminum chassis, and aluminum front and rear shock towers. That's not the case with this one. We're going to get into it. First and foremost, I want to say that the way that the body looks, this is actually the original body it comes with. It looks really, really nice. I really like it. I like the way it pops. And the spoiler just makes it look so much better. It's a beautiful body. I do like it a lot. And usually I'm not one for original bodies, especially on buggies. But this one is just, the colors are perfect. Just like the colors on my original WLTOYS, which is up there by the projectors. And that one's actually the 14 scale. This is the 10 scale. Overall, when you buy this guy, like I said, it comes with a brush motor, 2-in-1 ESC, aluminum chassis, and aluminum front and rear shock towers, as well as 2 batteries. You do get 2 batteries, and the batteries, I want to say, they're 2200 mAh size, so they'll give you at least 20 minutes per battery of runtime on this thing, and that's more than enough if you ask me. Now, like I mentioned, this thing is not stock, so let's start by looking at its interior, shall we? Let's go. And we're back. Alright, so once again, the WLTOYS 104001 buggy. Let's take a look at how this one is modified though. Now, I did get this for my buddy, the way it is. He did build this one himself. And honestly, I can't wait to try it out. This thing just looks like it's fun. And there you go. So, originally from the factory, these guys will come with a brush motor, 2-in-1 ESC. All that, it's gone. Instead, what we have on this one right here is actually a Hobbywing XR10 with its little fan up on top. We also, and that is paired to a censored Slingshot SLV 13.5 turn brushless motor. Now, since he went ahead and changed the ESC, we did lose the receiver portion of it, as I mentioned. So instead of that, we actually went with a FlySky FS-BS6 receiver, and this guy pairs beautifully to my FlySky GT5, which is what this guy's paired to. Besides the power plant itself, you can also see that it has all aluminum drive shafts and dog bones. Now, honestly, I'm not 100% sure if that's how they come from the factory. I do believe that is how they come from the factory. But all in all, these things are actually, they're well worth the money. So besides the aluminum up here, he also replaced the shock towers. The original ones are aluminum shock towers. These guys are actually carbon fiber shock towers. And the chassis, original one, once again, it's an aluminum chassis. This one's actually a carbon fiber chassis, and the side skirts. So overall, this thing is just nice. This thing is just really well built, and I really can't wait to try this guy out. Suspension on this guy is pretty decent, so I'm sure it'll be able to take a couple jumps without an issue. Overall, I really can't wait to try it. The battery was replaced also, obviously. Instead of using the regular Dean's battery, we're going to be using bullet bullet connector batteries, and we're already ready to go with that. We'll see if we're going to keep that or if we're going to be swapping that out. Looks like I need to glue this a little bit better. We're either going to swap these and put in a Dean's connector, or we'll see what we do. But more than likely, that's what's going to end up happening because, well, honestly, most of the batteries that I have, if actually all the batteries I have, are Dean's connectors for 2S and under. So that's basically it when it comes to this. Now, the last part of this that I wanted to show you guys is the custom body that he painted. And this body is... I'm speechless at how this body came out. He is a very talented man. And he's actually going to go on ahead and he's doing me the favor of being kind enough to paint my Saturn body, which is something else that we're not going to get into right now. But still, one of my other rigs. Look at this body. This thing is custom painted by him. He does amazing work. And honestly, I really don't feel like bashing this body at all. So this is gonna be more of a shelf queen kind of shell. That, and honestly, I do like the way that the original body looks. And the other thing that he did is he actually has this body set up so that it'll actually stick with Velcro instead of the actual body pins to prevent it from scratching, I'm guessing. Which, I mean, if you're racing indoors, that makes complete sense. And honestly, it holds up pretty well. So I'm sure a couple jumps, it's not gonna affect the body. But it's just so well done. We're not gonna go ahead, we're not gonna do that. So we're gonna be keeping this thing. We're gonna be bashing this thing with its proper. Well, not proper, but I should say with its original body, along with the body pins that it comes with. So there you go, guys. That's the custom WLTOYS 104001. I went from a brush setup to a brushless setup, and one of the other reasons why I made this video was just to also show you how easy it is to actually customize these things. It's no different than customizing any of the other brand name rigs, and overall it's fairly inexpensive. This guy, I believe Amazon at this point has it for under $200. I believe it's maybe $175 at this point. Ready to run with 2 batteries. Overall, great little buggies. Like I mentioned, this is gonna be my second WLTOYS buggy. In total, I have at this point 3 WLTOYS. One of the ones that you see up there, the one with the red and gray body, that's a WLTOYS 144001, as well as this little fella. This is the WLTOYS A929, I want to say, or A979. It's one of those, but this one's also been we'll take a quick look at this one too. It's gonna be a 2-in-1 video, I guess, huh? This one's also been it's not original either. This one came from another one of my friends. Unfortunately, he's getting out of the hobby, and he found homes for all his rigs. I was lucky enough to grab this one, and big shout out to him. So basically, this thing was fully when I got it, it had a Red Cat motor on it and some weird ESC going on. It was a 2-in-1, but there was no radio for it, so not that that's a big deal or anything. So we went ahead and I actually, since it was a Red Cat motor, I went ahead and put the, if you guys remember the Red Cat Piranha video that I had back, that I uploaded. That was the first RC car that I bought in 2023. This actually is its 2-in-1 ESC. This one's actually the ESC and radio, a receiver, I'm sorry, built in. And I figured it would pair up perfectly with the original Red Cat motor that comes with it. It's a small little rig just to bash around inside, so there's really no need for big power or anything like that. And this is actually the A979 that's what this guy is. This guy's also been upgraded. As you can see, it does have aluminum pieces going into it. And it also has, it had an aluminum brace on the top, but it was not working as how it should have been. The other thing that this thing does have is it does have metal gears, which was impressive to me for such a toy. It does have metal gears basically throughout the whole rig, so I'm not sure if that's actually how it comes from the factory or if that was how it was done. But overall, I mean, it's a great little rig. And there is one more actually. Let me grab it. I guess it's turned into a 3-in-1 video. Instead of going one by one, we got 3 cars in one video. That's a first. This little fella. Basically, not much different than a mini set, except this is made by none other than WLTOYS again. This guy is a WLTOYS K989 mini RC. This thing's a 28 scale actually. 4-wheel drive, drift car. So if we pop it open, again, this is not a stock car. It is mainly stock, but except for the chassis, I should say. So, comes with your 2-in-1 ESC receiver. These guys right here, they're the motor wires. And one thing I did like about this is you can easily change out the servo if you need to, because even though it's a 2-in-1 receiver, just like the Red Cat, it actually has a 3-wire servo. That's not very often you see that when it comes to 2-in-1 receivers. I believe the SCX24 that I have up there, that's that green one over there, I do believe that one was not a 3-wire servo, and I had to swap that out. But basically, this thing is really no different than what I mentioned, than a mini set. It doesn't use AA battery, so this guy actually does use a LiPo battery, and you power up the receiver by the balance wire of that battery, which again, it's one of the first times I've seen that done. With such a receiver, I usually see the tiny little red connectors for it, but that's perfectly fine. The only upgrade that this little rig has is, instead of the aluminum chassis that it comes with, it actually has the carbon fiber chassis that I put on it. From there on out, everything else on this thing is stock, and this thing is zippy. I will make a video of this guy just zipping around in the basement. Overall, I mean, WLTOYS, they're good rigs, they're fun toys, and I highly recommend them. They're inexpensive for what they are, and they're durable. They're extremely durable. I would not hesitate 1 second to drop this thing from my first floor to the basement on those wood steps, because I know for a fact this thing's gonna come out of that without an issue. Basically, any of these WLTOYS, I'm pretty sure they're gonna come out of that without any issues whatsoever. I wouldn't think twice about jumping, not this one, but any of these 3 WLTOYS. And I mean, overall, for the price point, once again, you can't beat this. This little guy right now on Amazon is under $75, and it comes ready to run. So you can't, if you want to start getting to the mini set world and you don't want to drop $100 and some on one, this is a great way to get started. Now, will it be accepted in official mini set racing? I don't know. That's not the reason I have it. I have it because it's a fun little rig, and it's gonna be a fun little rig to bash around. That's it. The one thing I would have to say about this one though is the motor, the pinion gear does like to slip out, so just a tiny little dab of super glue, fix that without an issue. Haven't had an issue with that at all from there on out. Overall, that's about it. That's all I have to say when it comes to the WLTOYS line that I currently own. And hey, you know what? They're good cars. They're good rigs. They're inexpensive. They're budget friendly. And that's all that matters, is that you have fun. No matter what you do, no matter what you use. It could be WLTOYS, it could be Arma, it could be Traxxas, or it could be a Walmart brand. I don't care. Just go out there, grab yourself a remote control, turn on that car, slap on the batteries, not in that order, slap on the batteries, turn on the car, and just have fun. That's what matters, alright? So, this has been Maxman RC with the first ever 3-in-1 video, which I'm sorry guys, I wasn't planning it to be like that, but sometimes we go down the rabbit hole. Alright guys, have a good day. Peace out.